The next story, we'll be covering the Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica. Here's the latest on Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica, what happened, how bad it was, and how things are looking, and also ways to help. Melissa made landfall in Jamaica on October the 28th, 2024. I know it didn't definitely happen this week. This is definitely something else, should have covered 2 weeks ago. But, this is the first episode of our show. But it is important because I believe that the destruction has left such a devastating mess that they are still currently, you know, trying to recover. So here we are. But yeah, Melissa made landfall in Jamaica on October the 28th, 2025, near New Hope in the western part of the island. At landfall, it was a Category 5 hurricane, one of the strongest ever to hit Jamaica. Later, as it moved away, its strength dropped to Category 4, but it was still very dangerous. Melissa sustained winds reached to 185 miles per hour, which is 295 kilometers an hour. The storm dumped about 12 to 24 inches of rain, with some spots seeing up to 30 inches. Because it was slow moving, the damage was so intense. In Jamaica's southwest, St. Elizabeth Parish, uh, entire areas flooded and roads were blocked by landslides, buildings collapsed, roof ripped off, even hospitals and major infrastructure took big hits. As of recent reports, 45 people have been dead in Jamaica because of the hurricane, with 15 still missing. As of recent report, 45 people have been dead in Jamaica because of the hurricane, with 15 still missing. Earlier, other sources said at least 19 to 49 people were dead in Jamaica. That's pretty much what I can find so far. There were also injuries and indirect deaths before the storm fully hit. 3 people died and 13 were hurt while preparing. Up to 530,000 people lost power across Jamaica. There were major disruptions. Communications went down in several parishes, roadblocked, downed trees, and utility poles destroyed. Shelter crisis, tens of thousands sought refuge in emergency shelters. Weather.com reports 25,000 plus people in shelters. Government declared parts of Jamaica a disaster area to speed up relief and recovery. According to Jamaica's prime minister, the damage is so massive that it estimated about 6 to 7 billion, which is nearly one third of the country's GDP. Let's get into the relief and recovery. Lots of prayers to Jamaica and all the families that were affected. Here are ways that we can help. Relief supplies are starting to trickle into remote, cut off communities. Emergency crews are using helicopters to reach isolated areas. There are around 1,100 people in emergency shelters. Power is being restored gradually. More than 60% of customers have had electricity restored in some areas. Aid priorities: food, cleaning water, medical care, uh, some tarpaulins for damaged roofs. And here's how we can help and what's needed. Donations to disasters relief groups working in Jamaica, Red Cross, UN agencies are quite critical. If you can do that, go straight to their websites. Support for emergency shelters, money, supplies, and volunteers. If you have any means to help, go directly to those websites and push for international aid, debt relief. The prime minister has already called for help because the storm damage is huge relative to Jamaica's economy. What the fuck happened this week in Jamaica is catastrophic. Melissa was not just a bad storm, it came in strong, it stayed long, and the destruction it left behind, it's just terrible. Tens of thousands have been displaced, hundreds of thousands lost power, people are cut off, roads are gone, hospital damaged, and the death toll, it's climbing. Relief is coming, but it's slow, and Jamaica needs help. Real help, not just thoughts and prayers. This is the kind of disasters where global solidarity matters. If you can help by donating, spread the words, or supporting legit disasters relief agencies, do it. This is the moment of action, not silence. All right, let's go deeper for a second because this hurricane shit isn't just storms happening, it's getting worse. And I want y'all to really understand how. Look back about 20 years ago, early 2000s to mid 2000s, hurricane weren't weak, but they were different. Sure, we had some big ones like Hurricane Katrina in 2005, but the conditions fueling them are not what they are now. Now, here's what's changed. A recent Climate Central study shows that between 2019 and 2023, rising sea surface temperatures caused by human made climate change made Atlantic hurricanes about 18 miles per hour stronger on average. And in 2024, all 11 hurricanes in the Atlantic had their top sustained wind speeds boosted by 9 to 28 miles per hour because of warmer ocean water. But that's not all. Rapid intensification, when a storm goes from minor to monster in just a day, it's happening way more now than 20 years ago. A study found that in the last 20 years, 8% of storms moved from weak hurricanes to major category 3 plus within 24 hours. That's more than double what was happening in earlier decades. And why? Because the oceans are warmer, giving these storms more fuel. Plus, higher sea level means when these storms hit, the flooding is worse. Bottom line, comparing a hurricane from 2005 to the ones today is like comparing a small punch to a knockout blow. The same magnitude storm, sure, maybe, but the power behind now is way more deadly. This isn't just bad luck, okay? The climate is amping up these storms, and that's the lessons we need to take seriously. So, yeah, man, I mean, here's the deal. If it's trash, trash it. If it's recyclable, recycle it. Don't just toss stuff around like the planet's your personal dumpster. If you can go green, go green. Ride that EV. Hop on a bike. Plant a tree. Stop burning gas like we've got 30 other planets waiting for vacation. Look, when I'm not going to work, picking up my daughter, or hitting the gym, I don't go anywhere. Do I plan to get a Tesla? Yes, I do. But in the meantime, if I don't need to drive my car, I'm not going to drive my car. Keep it simple, keep it real. Your choices matter. Don't be the person adding fuel to the problem when the storm already showed up on our front doorstep. And that's my take. Let's just move on to the next story.